In this series of my audio lectures, I'll be covering law as a subsystem of society. We all understand society. We all understand society, what is society, but what is a role of a law in society? Why are conducts to be regulated and controlled in the is the main question before we start interpreting the relationship between law and society. Why law as a subsystem? Law as a structure, law as structure for social control. Political system or a political institution is a fundamental concrete institution, whereas law, formation of law comes under political system, hence a subsystem. Political system, the governing system is a system, whereas law which controls the society has been considered as a subsystem in the society. Because depending upon the needs, changes in society, incidents have reflected the conducts of individual. Different incidents in the groups, association, communities, and its impact on others in society is the need to bring law to have and solidarity in the control system of society. Sometimes those conducts are violation of rights and duties of other individuals. Because of depending upon the needs, changes, incidents have reflected to conduct of individuals, group, association, communities, and its impact on us in society. Sometimes those conducts are violation of rights and individual. What is the relationship between law and society? Human societies are characterized by pattern of relationship who share distinctive culture, values, and institutions. Society is sum total of such relationship among its constituent members, and to regulate their society in a pattern of some common purpose, law has taken its role to control. We all understand what is society. The major formation of society is the interaction between people, interaction between individual and the group, between individual and individual. It is a relationship between a people, and sometime to regulate that relationship or regulate the society in pattern for common purposes, law has taken its role to control. Law is imbibed in social institutions. लॉ हमारे सामाजिक संस्थाओं में का एक महत्वपूर्ण अंग है, उसको एक इंपॉर्टेंट जगह दी गई है. In all social institutions, in socio-economic network, the social factors influence the course of law or direction of legal change. Law are enforced, laws are changed just because there are certain changes are happening every time in society. So the needs to control the social behavior. So the needs to control our behaviors, and law as a subsystem is enforced. Let's take some example to understand why. Why law is subsystem? Why not a system, political system? Let us understand once. To control the untouchability, there are certain examples which I would like to highlight here. To control the untouchability in free India, law has taken its control to abolish the old long-standing norms, which was since ages the untouchability in India. So, in free India, the free India in the constitution has given the untouchability, has given a mention in the constitution to abolish the untouchability in India. Sati Pratha, long back, Sati Pratha was in system. That was in the norms and the customs, and Sati Pratha was again brought under the law to abolish such a long-standing custom. Prostitution is practiced all over the world, even now, as well as in India. Earlier it was legalized in formal ways, but in modern societies, this is brought under a scan of law. Laws are made anywhere. This was all because of male dominance. The spelling is wrong here. It is a male, M-A-L-E, male dominance since very long. The change was required, and this law came to help women in society, is to protect the women in society, is to give a status to women in society, and therefore it has been brought under the scanning of law. Reservation to minorities and providing reservation to tribes, scheduled castes, etc. However, this has taken a bad shape now in free India after 70 years of independence. But in earlier days, when the constitution was, when India was being freed in 1947, it was given to a special status to tribals and scheduled castes, the lower caste. Why it is called scheduled caste? Because they have been scheduled in constitution. That is why they are called scheduled caste. The lower caste, backward classes, regulated through bringing law to strengthen their economic condition. The major issue was to bring them to the mainstream of societies, give them a solidarity in economic conditions, and these laws were brought in to bring the socio-economic stability to poor or tribals, etc. Society can provide benefits and security to its members in general, which is not possible individually. Therefore, laws are to regulate the need of society and to control as whole. At a macro level, animal killing was legalized in a way of doing shikar long ago. People used to go Raja Maharaja and all that. They used to go for shikar, not to save eliminating species such as lion, tigers, and many birds are brought under the scan and laws are made. Why? To protect the ecological system. It is to protect the ecological system. And therefore the laws are being made. So because of the need in the society, behavioral changes in society, laws are enforced and brought and further amendments are done and new laws are being introduced in the social system to have a better control. Cutting of trees again brought under the scan of law as to save the nature, which is necessary for human being and for also for ecological, to save the ecological disorder. Sociologists' views on law as subsystem. Karl Marx says Marx conceived of law as a component of the superstructure of capitalist society, he says, as an epiphenomena of a superstructure. It provides a rationale or ideology for preserving the existing class relation in the capitalist economy. Karl Marx was in the system, what he was in the view that all systems are pro-capitalist, and therefore he says law is a superstructure to control the economic situation of the society. Amal Durkheim, turning to Durkheim's contribution to this field, one of the necessity reverts to the division of labor in societies. He brought in 1933, in which he argued that in societies characterized by mechanical solidarity, there is a predominance of repressive laws, whereas in societies characterized by organic solidarity, there is a predominance of suppressive laws. What he said, due to the industrialization, labor force were main sufferer. Labor force were victimized, and therefore the law enforcement became necessary to protect the organic solidarity into the social change. Law and social change. Why law is important? Just because of a social change in the system. Why law is necessary and its role in social change? Law is a necessity for reviewing and controlling social change. Society keeps changing, so its people, behavior, values, culture, human society's web of relationship among its members. Therefore, laws are brought into the system because every society, every day it is changing. The behavioral pattern of individuals and the groups are changing, and due to that, law should be brought into the system and it should be reviewed, it should be changed as per the need of this society. Social change is an inevitable process that keeps changing on daily basis. As I said, social changes obviously means change in social pattern, change in relationship, social process and social interaction which leads towards the visible change in society at large. We all see that every time there are certain changes are happening, some certain needs are arises among the people, among the individual. So the laws are taking a change. Recently, triple talaq. Triple talaq has been brought under the scan because the government wanted to protect the women. Changes in social institutions such as political, education and economy and family. There are certain norms are changing in a family as a primary group, family as an institution, political as an institution, education as an institution, economy as an institution. So laws are being made. As recently, the private institution, private schools and colleges were raising high fee for the students. So the government is bringing the law to curb down the fee in the school. And they want to bring all these schools and colleges under the law to have a fair fee system. According to Williams, law is the cement of society and also as an essential medium of change. I have highlighted this very important definition. Law is the cement of society and also an essential medium of change. It is evident from the evolutionary past, both society and law. They evolved greatly with times. Laws are changing, society is changing, behavioral patterns are changing, individuals' relationships are changing, social institutions are evolving and getting changed. The law in past were made in accordance with the structure of society in the past. Law to today is in according to what the structure of society is today. Both have evolved over the time as the need of change in law is felt and the changes in societal form is surfaced. Role and functions of law in society. To maintain the status quo in society, to maintain law and order, to bring solidarity to the society, mazbuti rana, for example, as I said, to strengthen the social institutions, to bring the social change. Laws are made to foresee the social change for the future needs. Recall the meaning of function, consequences of patterns of action, intended and manifest functions, and unintended latent function, which I have already explained, what Merton has said. Social control processes, structures used to reduce or prevent deviances. Law is a formal or governmental social control. Dispute resolution. There is no society without dispute, differences, conflict, and most have violence. Therefore, the role and functions of law in the society to have all these. Thank you very much. Hope this is a clear law as a subsystem and role, function, etc., etc. In case if there is any difficulty, one can write me on the comment box. In case you want further to highlight law and system, I can bring further videos for your more clarification on this subject. Thank you very much.